Hello, we are live at 11:05, and Josh just told me what the description of what this show was. So it's the Larry and Larry show, and I think we'll start with. All right, here's my advice, and I know I'm going to do this. When I go to vote this year, I'm going to make sure that there is no hanging chad. Okay, because if it gets close in Florida and Hillary loses, I guarantee we'll have a contested election. So no hanging chad when you vote this year. Make sure you push it all the way through. Got that? Okay, we're good. This is going to be a quick tip here. I'm putting the hood on. This is Larry's car. Got the hood. It fits. Sort of good. I've done this about 5 times so far and haven't had this problem, but there we go. Alright, so the hood's on. I like my line, I like this. Don't have this bolted on yet, but it's okay. Overall, I'm good. Now the way I'm going to attach this hood, you can see on the bottom it's just kind of open. I've cut me a cardboard pattern. And this cardboard pattern is going to bolt up to here. I'll take and drill a hole and put an insert here. And you can get an insert, it's out of the furniture world. They screw in, it's a threaded insert. So I'll have a button, a nice Allen head button here, and I'll have one over here. And on this side, once I get my grill shell done, I'm going to go ahead and weld a tab with a nut. So I'll weld a tab with a nut in here, a tab with a nut in here, so I have a place to, I'll create one of these also for here. And then when I put my hood on, it's going to sit right in up to those tabs. Now if you look in the back here, when I make this will be made out of fiberglass, and the slick side will be going up against here, and I'll put some felt on it. And what it's going to do, it's going to hold the hood up off of this lip. It's going to hold the hood from, you can see how much I can flex it. I'll get this bedded into here. Exactly where it goes. I'll do it while this is bolted on the car. I'll tape all this off. I'll put some good bonding material, glue the hood to this, glue the hood to the front. When it's dry, I'll take it off. And this will be fiberglass. I'll have a lip like this on the front, a lip on the back, a lip like this in the front. I'll glass it solid on the back side here. And then when I'm done, all I have to do is set the hood on. I'll have an Allen bolt here I can reach under to get it, an Allen bolt here I can reach under to get it. It's going to secure your radiator grill shell. It's going to secure the hood. It's going to make sure that your hood line is good because it'll bolt exactly where it goes. With a little felt on the back side of this, no scratching. You can take your hood off, run the car without a hood, and all you'll see is a little couple holes here with threads in it, which won't be bad. You could actually put your button head screw back in it and it would look even, nobody would notice that. So I'm going to be putting this together in the next couple days. Then this thing is ready to come apart and we'll start painting it probably next week. So moving ahead on this, I'll definitely show you the rest of the hood when we get that done. Now, Larry. This is Larry, and here's what I was thinking. I told Josh this morning. And sometimes I feel like one of those chess guys that plays against 20 people at once. We're all going to win here. This isn't about winning, but this is about thinking 3 and 4 and 5 moves ahead. Well, in the course of my day, I'll walk by one, I'll walk by one, I'll walk by another, and somebody will have been working on this for maybe an hour, and I'll come by and I'll have 5 minutes to think about the next 3 moves on it. So we've been thinking about the next 3 moves, the next 5 moves, the next 10 moves. We're starting to get the rake we like. If you can see it from the side here, this is for Larry to finish making some decisions on. I really want to move it up 1 more inch. It's got a decent rake. We'll put the body on and check it. We were having an issue with the radiator. If we had the cross member at the top where they're normally welded, the radiator would sit way too high. We put it to the bottom, and that's getting close to where the cowl will be, but it's still off a little bit. But it does give us room. Larry Larry really wanted it underneath, and it's a good idea. So we started with the back. We've got the clearance in the back. With these tires on, we've taken the rear cross member off, or at least temporarily, to get this lined up. But the cross member will go on here. Go up here. The wheels are a little wider than maybe we would have liked, but it all looks really well. So with this ride height here, we have the clearance we need because the wheel's tucked under the car. This is pretty much, I can pivot on this point right here. If I move the front up a little bit more, it'll move this down a little bit. And I've got to move the front up a little bit more. So here's where we're at, Larry. We got the room there. I think it's going to be nice. We can blend this down around that. I believe you are wanting a horn, so if we put a horn on it, we come out maybe that far, however far you want to be with the horn, but if we come out about that far, we'll cut it and weld the horn on top of that. I think I can come down. I've got a little bit of space here, and I can come about half a spring out, so I can raise the spring. I'll weld the tab up in here and drill through it so we still got the centering, the locating hole. So I can get another maybe ½ inch by lowering the spring. I'd really like to get another 3/4 of an inch by racing the frame against this. And we'll just put a plate, round it around, put it here, and I think that's going to give us the ride height we're going to want. We welded a cross member in here because we're moving some things out. This will come out, of course. We're probably going to need to get a different radiator. I mean, the radiator may be a little bit high to fit the where the cowl goes. I don't know for sure. We're gonna move it around, but we've got a real nice axle here. Just got it covered to make sure we don't scratch it or anything. But we've put some blocks under the axle. This is the point that the wheel. I mean, here it is, and the spindle is going to be centered in the wheel. I will have some travel, probably with the motor in there, the right motor, the foam block, maybe an inch, something like that. We'll have to compensate for that, up to 1.5 inches. I think it's more like an inch. I'm starting to like it. We had a cross member here. Larry had some questions. I don't know. Are you there, Larry?
Yeah, he's here.
Hey, Larry. So you're down, you're below, you're underneath. This is your transmission cross member. Our angle's pretty good. We've got it tacked on the back. We're not exactly sure how we're going to get the springs on yet, but we definitely have an idea. I've got a couple brackets made we're going to cut and modify and do that. So we'll get the springs. Do we have the coilovers already?
Yes.
Okay.
There are these nice ones right here. Black springs with a...
Okay, these are nice. Are these QA1?
No, Viper.
Viper, okay.
Super Bell, Pete and Jake's.
Okay, so hopefully we got the right height here. You can get different lengths on your stroke and your overall length, and the spring rate. What is the spring rate here? 150, 175, or?
I think it's 175, I believe.
175. So we'll be good there. We're going to have shocks on the front. I mean, but these kind of things are one of the last things you need to think about. Got to be a mount.
Shock bracket and headlight mount that he wants to use.
Okay.
We got to modify the top a little bit, but
So we got parts, we got pieces. I mean, this will make the rack a little bit easier if we go like that. Do we have a big smile from Larry? What are you thinking?
he says I'm smiling.
Okay, if you're smiling, I'm smiling. I gotta go make my next move here right after lunch in a couple. I get to play a couple games by myself. I'm building a couple things, but generally I'm just walking around and giving my input, trying not to frustrate everybody while I do it. But Sean's doing a real good job. we're not at a stopping point, but I believe he's taking off tomorrow. So by next week, we should have this thing pretty close with a body sitting on it. We'll see, we'll make sure the ride height is good. You can get a view of it from the side, and we'll move ahead. I guess you got the wheels coming.
Yeah, it should be here today.
I'm starting to like what I see here. I think it's going to be real nice. So this is a tall T. In case anybody's not been following this, it's a tall T with interiors coming together. We're going to do this not quite a turnkey. Larry's going to put his own wiring in. Are we putting the wiring in?
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to just terminate the motor and finish up the motor parts. Got a real cool serpentine setup for the motor, and this should be a really, really tough car. Larry's coupe coming together. It's looking good. I like all the fenders on it and everything's fitting good. You'll see that coming up. We're buffing the body on Kevin's car.
Kevin, yep.
That's a blue, real dark blue 27. They were kind of wanting to rush through it and get the body on before it was buffed and get that knocked out, but that'll be coming together next week. Today's only Thursday, but we got a lot of projects going on. Yesterday we put up a couple of videos, paint videos. I did them, I don't know, several years ago, but a lot of paint information in that. We were at the paint store, and a lot of good information if you are in the middle of painting or wanting to paint. I would recommend you look at it. It's not so much a hands-on technical sanding, but it's an overview of the paints that are available and kind of the technique to use when you're going to take whether you go enamel or lacquer is way gone, but urethane type or something like that. So that was yesterday. Remember that hanging Chad. We don't want none of that, because this is going to be an exciting 2 or 3 weeks coming up as we find out more and more about whatever we're going to find out about. I do have my Great America hat ordered, though. Am I going to be allowed to make America great again? Okay, a gift is a tangible reminder to the recipient that your happiness is important to you. Wait a minute, let me try that again. A gift is a tangible reminder to the recipient that their happiness is important to you. That's a good one. We really, from Spirit here, we hope we're doing this as, in a sense, a gift to help you accomplish that dream, accomplish that goal. I mean, this is about not competing with each other, about building on ideas and coming together with something cool. And I mean, being happy about it, being excited about it, being a community about it. So, Larry, you're smiling, I'm smiling. We've kind of struggled through this a little bit, but not too bad. I think it's going to look really good. This is Larry's idea to lower it. He was set on that. I kept saying, well, let me start by putting it where it belongs, and we'll see where it has to go from there. That's going to be a good look. By the time we clean it around here, remember you got to gusset everything, and you just can't have something hanging. But we can strengthen this up here with them horns coming down. Grill show on it. This is going to have the look that you've been talking about, I'm sure of it. So for today, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.